Welcome to Dr. Jalil YouTube channel. Today I'll be testing Sony A7riii macro zoom lens. I purchased this lens about a month back and I've been testing it in outdoor and also in indoor my tabletop studio for assessing its performance. Today I'll be testing its video performance using a plastic Huntsman spider. So I have taken this on this wheel so that I can move around. Let me explain my setup today. I have used a green color background with a green leaf over here, and there are 4 spotlights on the subject because I'll be doing video, so I'll have enough light. Let me explain my camera and lens setup. I'll be using Sony ZV E10 for this video photo shoot because this Sony ZV E10 has got better sensor for videography compared with my other Sony cameras like Sony A6500 or Sony A7riii. Let me show you the lens setup. I've used an autofocus mode on the lens because I'll be doing video, so I'll be using autofocus mode. This is on macro setting. There are 2 settings. One is full, one is infinity to 3 meter, and another one is macro. Since I'll be doing a macro video, so I put this button on macro side, and optical stabilization is on because although this is on my steady stand, so still I kept it on in optical stabilization mode. And the other mode for video stabilization is in the setting 1. So this is the setup in the lens, and my camera is in auto mode. I'm doing at 30 frames per second. So this is about the camera setting and the lens setting. Now I'm going to start the videography of this plastic spider. I'll be taking a video footage of this plastic Huntsman spider from a distance of 4.5 inches from the lens front to the spider. I'll be checking 2 issues. One is focusing distance at 70 millimeter. I'll start at 70 millimeter focal length. And I'll be testing the focusing distance as well as if I move it, rotate it, how focusing, and also I'll test the focus breathing like this. So I'll be testing the focus breathing as well at different focal length. I'll start with at 70 millimeter, then I will gradually increase it to 100, 135 and 200 millimeter, and also checking the distance from the lens top to the spider. So let me start. I've started recording the video, and let me turn it around slowly. Sometimes it goes out of focus, and now this is at 70 millimeter focal length. Now I'll remove it and see the background, green color background focusing time, so I can test the focus breathing, and I'll bring it back. It's excellent. Try again. It goes out of focus sometime because maybe the autofocus drive is not very fast in macro mode. That's why I'm doing this video today. I need to adjust a little bit again with the focus ring. Let me try again. In macro mode, it seems that autofocusing is not working very well at 70 millimeter. Focus breathing time is also very high. It takes long time for adjustment in the background. Try again. You see, it takes quite a while. It takes quite a while for focusing the background. Maybe in macro mode the videography is not very efficient. Let me try in other focal length. Now I have set at 100 millimeter focal length, increasing the zoom, and try again. It seems to be better. Now the gap is about at 100 millimeter. At 100 millimeter, the gap is now at 4 inch from the spider eye to the lens top. Let me turn it around. But it seems to me much clearer and better at 100 millimeter and a gap of 4 inch. Let me try the focus breathing. Let me try again. For focusing the background takes longer, but for the subject it's quite faster. See? Now its background is focused, but subject is very good. For this subject, 100 millimeter focal length is much better compared with 70 millimeter. Let me increase to 135. I have increased the focal length to 135 and it is difficult to focus. Maybe autofocus is not working at 135 in the close gap. So let me put it back. Now it is in focus. At 135, the gap between the subject eye to the lens front is about 5 inch. So this is nice focusing. Let me turn it around. When in the same position it is moving left and right, the focus breathing is very short, so it is giving me very good focusing. Let me try the focus breathing on the back. No. The autofocus doesn't work very well in macro mode. That is my experience with this lens for macro videography. I am not very happy because for macro videography I think this is not very good in macro mode. Let me try 200 millimeter. I'll have to push it back at 200 millimeter. Now it is in focus. I can get focus at 8 inch gap at 200 millimeter of the spider eye. I'm turning this wheel to see. Yes, it is good. It is good. It is focusing fast compared with 70 millimeter. I don't know why. It's getting much better. Quick focusing at 200 millimeter. I'll have to find it out more because I had an impression that it will work better at 70mm, but not. It is working much faster, quicker at 200mm, quick focusing of the subject, that I didn't get in 70mm. Let me try the focus bridging of the back. It seems to be a little bit faster at 200mm. The autofocusing seems to be much better at 200mm compared with 100 or 135 or 70mm. I don't know the story behind it. The reason I am doing this today because I've got a live huntsman spider slightly smaller than this. In my next video, I'll be doing the same thing with a live huntsman spider. If you like my macro photography or videography, please subscribe my channel, press the bell icon for my upcoming projects, stay connected. Please watch my next video on huntsman spider live videography on the same tabletop setting with the same lens and the Sony ZV E10 camera. Bye bye.